What is good, everybody? What is good? It's Mikey T, the movie star. Mikey T, the movie star. I'm back with a pretty crazy story, pretty crazy incident to talk about today. We got to speak about Young Dolph. We got to speak about the bro Young Dolph. My dude literally just hit me with the news. I was on the phone. He sent me the video and he sent me the information that's out there. I need everybody. First of all, man, just let me take a second and let everybody get up in here. You know what I mean? I want to take a moment to speak about Young Dolph today, man. We're going to talk about the whole situation that happened with Dolph. We're going to cover all that, you guys. Also, we're going to talk about some memories of Young Dolph as well, because I have a few memories with Dolph, actually interviewing Dolph, standing on stage alongside Young Dolph. You know what I'm saying, guys? I actually was alongside Dolph at one of his first shows when he was making his name in Miami and shit. I was with Dolph when he came to the finger licking. You know what I'm saying? He came to finger licking and he, did the promotion for DJ Khaled. It's real shit, you guys. I wanted to come on here and talk about Young Dolph today, and I appreciate everybody that's coming in the room. I'm just waiting on my co-hosts. Waiting on my co-hosts right now. But you know who it is. It's Mikey T, the movie star. Hulk Strong. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to cover all that tonight. I appreciate everybody tapping in. I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to tell your friends on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter to subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? You always got to build up. You always got to build up the channel. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm bringing one of the most positive forms of hip hop blogging, you know what I mean, to the culture. That's just how I feel personally. And I'm going to continue to do that. You know what I mean? I'm going to continue to do that for everybody out there that's been watching me for a number of years. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to do that for everybody that's been watching me since 2009. Famous Amazing says, "Damn, Mikey, this shit is bogus, ain't it, bruh?" A few days ago, it was a laughing matter. A few days ago, it was a laughing matter when Young Dolph and Key Glock got into it with Soldier Boy. They had got into it online with Soldier Boy said, nah, Dolph is capping, etc., about making 100 grand a show. And Soldier Boy then went on to say, listen, I was just talking. They jumped in my DM on some turbulent shit. They jumped in on the DM saying, yo, wait till I run into you. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's crazy how we could all look at a situation like that, as comical as that was. I mean, nobody thought anything was gonna come of Young Dolph beefing with Soldier Boy. Like it was a comical thing, It was another rant that Soldier Boy was going on, and it actually was giving Key Glock a bit of a platform. But now with Dolph gone, you got to ask yourself what is left of the platform. Paper Route Entertainment, Paper Route Empire, excuse me. Dolph and Key Glock had begun to build their reputation. They had the Dumb and Dumber album that they put out together. No, that's what I'm saying, Famous Amazing. You can look at the whole situation with Soldier Boy and how it could be taken comically or taken seriously, but you knew nothing was going to come of that. And then Dolph gets hit up like this in his own city, driving a Lamborghini, the camouflage Lamborghini that we've all come to know that he drives, to this little spot. It's like a little cookie spot that he seemed to go to, y'all. And some people is like, why is he in Memphis? Why is he at the cookie spot himself? Why doesn't he have security? All these questions are being asked right now. Why was he there in the first place? Why didn't he do Uber Eats? You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to touch the people yourself. Sometimes you want to touch the avenue yourself. That's the only outcome I can really come up with in my mind for this whole situation. That was the kind of guy that Young Dolph was. He was the type of guy to take somebody out of a situation like he had been in earlier, and put him in a greater situation. But I really just find myself asking, why wasn't Dolph living in Los Angeles? Why was Dolph still staying in the hood, or not necessarily the hood, but the city? You know what I mean? After everything we've seen rappers go through in Memphis, you guys. Young Buck, for instance, he had a show and his car got shot up. You know, all different types of shit like that goes down in Memphis. Damian Rogers says he's always there, my guy. Just this time he shouldn't have. Yeah, exactly, Damian. That's really how it always goes. It could be something you do every day. You know what I mean? Like I was just watching The Sopranos. When they took the hit on Tony Soprano, they got him in the morning, something that he was doing every day, going out, getting his orange juice, getting his paper. That's when they do it. When they get you at your most it's not even a vulnerable position, a comfortable position. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm pulling up to the cookie spot. You know what I mean? I'm pulling up to the cookie spot. You know what I mean? And it's not that kind of cookies. It's like I'm pulling up to the cookie spot. I'm gonna go grab a couple little cookies. And then it's like, damn, why didn't you just get your cookies from Subway when you went to Subway and got a little sub? You know what I'm saying? But sometimes the cookies are better from certain spots. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when people are really going to get what they want, they're going to go to the places that they've always wanted to go, the best soul food, etc. Yo, Rosewood, I appreciate you joining me, bro.
It's crazy, man. Crazy.
You know, I was
Unfortunate,
on the
crazy, man.
I was on the phone when Rosewood called me, and then I was like,
Yeah.
"Yo, I guess Rosewood's probably hitting me up about the hip hop panel podcast." And I was on the phone, so I was gonna call you back. But then I saw the message that you sent to Bonds and Twiz and myself. And bro, this has to be the most unexpected thing that I've ever, you know,
Definitely.
midday come across on the internet, man. This is one of the most unexpected things. Like, I never expected this to happen to Young Dolph. However dangerous the man lives, however much beef he puts himself in, I didn't expect this, Rosewood.
Nah, me neither, Mikey T. This is really, really unexpected. Even with him going back and forth for Soldier Boy, but at the same time, I just think people, especially people in the industry, they take things for granted. When your life gets in danger the first time, the second time, third time's a charm. So you got to move way different, man. I hear a lot of people saying like, "Yo, that's what he did every day." You can't move like that, man. I don't know why he wasn't in LA, New York, somewhere where music is really getting made and you can be creative and stay away from that. But even if you are in the hood, though, let me say this. Even if you are in the hood, you're in the hood, kick back. You got some young boys to take care of that for you. To go get your food or your cookies, whatever it was. Let the little homies get that for him. He kick his feet up. You don't do that. Come on, man. That's too much, man. That's too much.
Yeah, especially with the fact that this man, this time last year, maybe 18 months ago, I can't remember exactly, but this man was talking about turning down a $21 million deal. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
I've worked at major studios, you know what I mean? They have runners, people that go out and get your food, people that go out and get your
Yes.
cigars if that's what you need, somebody that runs around and gets your car washed for you, all these different type of runners, that you would expect a guy like Young Dolph to have, but honestly, you know, Rosewood, sometimes it's like you want to go to your favorite spots. Sometimes you want to it's better when you touch the avenue yourself sometimes, even if you're in that position. That's kind of how guys feel. Like, I've been watching The Sopranos a lot lately, man, and I was saying, when when Uncle Junior tried to take out Tony Soprano, he
Mm-hmm.
got him where he was at his most comfortable, waking up in the
In the
morning,
morning.
going to get the paper, going to get his orange juice.
Yep. Yep. Because it's predictable. Once you're predictable, and the thing is, it's not that he can't go there and none of that. You're a target because you're in a real impoverished area. You know, you're a target. You don't know who's waking up that day and need that money that bad. Whatever it is, I'm not saying somebody try to rob them, but when you're a target and if you're making beefs out here and you're a target, you cannot move like that. You got to have some type of security, something bulletproof. You know, at the same time, if I'm turning down those type of deals, Mikey, it's no way I can be pulling up the Kim Seafood right down the street from me. Like I can't. I'm in a different tax bracket, so I cannot be around there. If I want that type of food, I have to have somebody go get it. That's just the lifestyle I live now. It gotta be.
I hear you, man. Young Dolph just had so much more to give. I had just
Yes.
watched an
Yeah.
interview with him recently, and what he was doing with Key Glock, putting Key Glock on with the Dumb and Dumber mixtape series, or really you could call that an album series. Even
Mm-hmm.
with this more recent controversy with Soldier Boy, as you alluded to a second ago, that was getting used to boost Key Glock as well. You know what I mean? Soldier Boy, Key Glock going back and forth. Not many people know about Key Glock. Now they're
Mm-hmm.
getting the major opportunity to know about him.
Facts.
But now I don't know where things are going to stand with Paper Route Entertainment, Paper Route Empire, with Young Dolph. You know what I mean? Getting picked off like this. Young Dolph being taken away. He was the head of the company, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing, man. It's so unfortunate because Young Dolph was giving a lot of people the opportunity to eat. And a lot of people never think about that. Yeah, it's unfortunate with the artists, but you got to think about the artist family, the other artists that they're signing and giving them opportunities like Key Glock, giving them opportunity basically to, flourish and get the spotlight and eat, and then his family is in turn able to eat and other people are able to eat. When you're doing shows, you're hiring people, you're giving people a chance in your community to eat. But at the same time, you just have to move way different when you're like that, because it's going to be people that don't like you, unfortunately, for whatever reason, and that want to take your life, unfortunately, for whatever reason. So, you just got to move real different, Mikey. Like, it's unfortunate for the other people, especially like Keith Glock. It's so unfortunate because it really, like, even with the little thing with Soldier Boy, I think it was more publicity than like actual beef and all that. So it was more
Yeah.
publicity and promotion to put him out there, and that would have been a good look. He wouldn't have been dropping new music and all that. Now everything's up in the air. Always take it back to when Tupac passed away. Death Row disintegrated fast. Everything went chaotically. So Paper Route is nowhere near Death Row. So it's going to affect a lot of people bad, man. It's going to affect a lot of people.
Yep. You just gotta say, did they get enough work done for Key Glock to really continue on his own? And I
That's
think the
the
Dumb
thing.
and Dumber series was a beginning to that, a
Yeah,
beginning to putting Key Glock on,
they just
you know.
started. Facts. They really just started, Mikey T. Like you said, the Dumb and Dumber series. That's only been out what 2020 or 2019.
Yeah, they were promoting it right before the pandemic, right before
Facts.
the
So
pandemic. And another thing, it's like a few years back, Rosewood, when Black Youngster was running through Young Dolph's hood. I don't know if you remember, but I know
mhm,
there's got to be a couple
I
people in
remember.
the chat. Young Dolph was in Los Angeles when Black Youngster was running through his hood with a bunch of people pulling up in a couple black vans or black cars and everybody jumping out and mobbing. Young Dolph would look like he was shopping on the boulevard in Melrose in Los
Melrose.
Angeles.
Yeah, out Melrose.
So I just want to say, seeing this report, reading this report, I didn't think Young Dolph was going to be in Memphis like that. I thought he would have more lucrative endeavors in Los Angeles, in Miami, in Las Vegas, New
Facts.
York,
Atlanta.
wherever.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Facts. It seemed like you would have those business ventures and you don't really have time to be there. So it's not that's what I really going back to what I said, when you don't have time to be there, it's because you have so many different business adventures. You really don't have time to actually be in Memphis. So you have to be in LA, you have to be in New York, you have to be in Atlanta, you have to be in Vegas, you have to be in Miami. You're frequenting these spots. Not saying you're actually living there. You have to be there for certain periods of time to conduct business and then move to the next state. So, and then if you're on vacation or whatever, you're going to see the family, it's really like you're still not in the hood. And if you are, nobody really knows except for your family, you
Well,
know?
you could have just hit it right there, being that it's November 17th. A lot of people are getting in family mode right now for
That.
Thanksgiving, for
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. But again, you would think, what was it? It looked like Meek Mill was in Aspen or something like that at one point. Or so I
Mm-hmm.
thought I saw a picture of some rapper in Aspen. It might have been Meek Mill. But like you got to take your parents, you got to take your family, all the cousins and
Out,
shit like
out,
that.
out,
Like
out.
like Drake said, on one of the records, Drake said, you put 50,000 for a family vacation. I just spent 50,000 on a family vacation. You know what I'm saying? So this
Dropping the
is right
bucket.
about that time when everybody is traveling or getting together with their family and shit like that. And I'm not saying anything about the way Dolph was moving, because obviously Young Dolph, independent millionaire, whatever Soldier Boy wants to say about the whole empire relationship. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's the thing. You know, I still think it with the Soldier Boy thing. And a lot of people are going to try to blow that out proportion, all that. But it's really, I think that was really promotion, really to get Key Glock, out to the mainstream, and that's out to more fans. That's to touch new people that don't really know who he is or might not have heard his music, and now it's going to check. Unfortunately, people are going to check him out now and check out Young Dolph and all his music now. Everything is really going to sell, and he already had numbers. So unfortunately, it's going. Post mortem albums, do great. We learned that from Tupac and Biggie, but
Yeah.
it's so sad that you gotta get your recognition through death.
Yeah, yeah, or getting, a life sentence,
Yeah.
getting locked up. But, one thing I will say about Young Dolph, before I get into some memories, is that he really attracted both a male and a female fan base. I can't tell you how much I've seen females just smoking weed and
Mm-hmm.
reciting his lyrics. One of the girls that I know being Abby Jasmine, an artist with Cinematic Music Group. What is it, Rosewood? That have you noticed any of it, that of Young Dolph's music really transcending to a female fan base?
Well, it's almost like a lot of Memphis artists are like that. That
Letting
are
that
able
yo,
to capture, definitely the hood male fan base, but also the hood female fan base, or even the female and the male fan base, period. They at Memphis artists, they just have that net. That's why, like, once again, it's
three
so
six.
unfortunate on Young Dolph, as I think he has so much music, so much more music, so much more talent that's to give. I think Key Glock was just the first of many people that he was going to be able to put in a different stratosphere.
Jody Lowe, thank you for the comment. Everybody else, drop comments. Be sure to hit that like button.
Mm,
We are back live, you guys. We've been doing the hip hop panel podcast, but going live is within a snap of our fingers. Jody Lowe says Dolph was the best to ever do it independent. I could give Dolph top 5 best to do it ever independent,
yeah, yeah, he'd be top 5. He gotta be,
but I
because
don't
he
know if I'm
definitely
to
did it right.
necessarily put him over Tech Nine. I would have to do a
Facts.
little bit, of research, because Tech Nine has sold many albums independently,
Yeah,
but maybe Young Dolph has sold many singles independently. Maybe it's a little bit more research I got to do.
yeah, he might be top 3 then. As far as artists, he might. Well, Master P has to be number 1. I think Master P is number 1. Tech Nine has to be number 2 because Tech Nine is millions off independent, and Dolph might be 3. I
Yeah, I don't
was
know what Soldier Boy's talking about, bro, because Soldier Boy's new albums, they don't seem to really be sell that many units.
no, no, nah, because Soldier Boy, if he captures lightning in the bottle and brings out a hit, I think it's cool. But as for a whole project, I think he outlived his his time for real. For real. He's always gonna be around. But as far as music though, a whole project, I can't really say.
Well, I think what he's doing is he's doing the best right now because he's really got his social media together, and then
Hmm.
he releases an album like his last one, Savage Part 4 or
Hmm.
Savage Life 4, and he says, I got a Kanye West diss track on this album. Listen to it tonight at 12. And then what? Then he gets 200,000 listens,
Yeah.
maybe 10,000 buys.
He's playing it right. He's playing it right. And now the thing is, he's always going. That's why I say he's always going to be around because he knows how to attract his core, following and his core audience, and then a little bit more. So the mainstream might not grip onto the album, but you can attack 250,000 people as if you're Soldier Boy. You know, a million people, they're going to look at it like, oh, all right, it's more antics on social media than actual good music. But 250,000 people, they're either going to get that single or they're going to buy that some material for Soldier Boy. So
Maybe
Soldier Boy is definitely
8,000.
smart. Yeah.
Maybe 8,000 people, maybe 7,000 people will buy it,
Still,
and he's won.
if he's independent, he won. He
Yep.
won.
But I'm not saying he's doing better, or I'm not saying he was doing better sales than Young Dolph because
No,
Dolph, these
no,
guys like Dolph, Dave East, we're actually reading about their record sales. I haven't read about any of Soldier Boy's record sales in a long time.
no. Long time. Young Dolph definitely had the buzz. He's definitely relevant at this time. He's fresh, new, dope. Everything people want to hear, like you said, he got the male fan base, female fan base, and he got a new up and coming artist that people want to hear. And people are accepting to, the industry is accepting to, because you can look at the baby in Stunner for Vegas. It's almost kind of the similar thing. He's trying to find the lane for him. Key Glock already kind of had the lane, and well, not had the lane because I think Young Dolph said Key Glock is the one that taught him how to rap. So putting him on to push him out there, he already know how to rap and do his thing. It was something major they was doing, man. So Soldier Boy with the albums, it's not like Young Dolph, man. Young Dolph with the music, because right now, if Young Dolph was putting out something with Key Glock, we're gonna listen to it. The streets is gonna listen
Yeah,
to it.
that was their method of madness right there. But so
Facts.
Young Dolph's name was Albert Robert Thornton Jr. Adolph, excuse me. It was Adolph
Adolph.
Robert Thornton Jr. Now, that was interesting to me for a couple reasons, Rosewood, when I first met Young Dolph.
Mm-hmm.
One, because first, obviously, Adolf. You know what I mean? Adolf, after, Adolf from Germany, Adolf Hitler. But a little bit more importantly than that, his last name, Thornton. My last name is Thurston. So similar last name right there. I still remember meeting Young Dolph for the first time. It was at this little nightclub that he was doing it was in the Pembroke Pines area, somewhere around there. And it was in South Florida.
Okay.
And yeah, they told me he was getting paid $8,000 for the show. But they hadn't given him the rest of the money yet, so he was just sitting in the car. And I did an interview with him while he was sitting in the car.
Dope. Dope, man. See, that's why it's so important, man, to always tap into any up and coming artists, people that's really working, doing their thing, because you never know where they're going to be, man. You never know how long people are going to be here. That's the whole thing, man. Really giving somebody some recognition, some shine, when not everybody, when they local.
So Dolph eventually went into the nightclub, Rosewood, and I walked in with him. I've walked in nightclubs with several different people. You know what I mean? I've even walked in with Flo Rida. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
walked,
that Miami scene.
yeah, the Miami scene. So we walk in with Dolph, and let me tell you, man, I'm a blogger on stage, Rosewood. I was on stage, so I had to put the camera down and just vibe out with him and shit when
Yeah,
Dolph was
as you should.
performing.
As you should, man. As you should. You
Maybe I
gotta you
want him to
gotta
show
enjoy
some
those times.
performance though.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, you don't gotta record the performance any other way. So at the same time, man, you gotta. Those are the memories you're supposed to keep for yourself, man. You know your enjoyment there. You know, for real, you wasn't expecting that. So listen, I got my interview, and now it's time for me to enjoy the show. You know, that's what it's all about, man. That's what hip hop is all about, for real, man.
It was crazy, man. Getting that experience with Young Dolph, being on the stage with him while he was performing. You know what
Dope,
I mean?
man.
Everybody looking up like, you know what I mean? Like he was the next big thing and shit. And
Yeah,
he really
dope.
was because
Mm-hmm.
the next time I met him up with Dolph was when he did a little appearance for DJ Khaled at his finger licking restaurant
Restaurant. Okay.
in Opalaka, right around Opalaka.
Okay. So that's dope, man. Dope, man. Dope memories, man. So I was so unfortunate, man. Like I said, God was real talented, and I think he definitely had more music in store, and definitely more artists to put on, not only from Memphis, but around the country. Producers. You know, it's just real unfortunate, man. Unfortunate situation right there, man. You know, no, man. I think somebody in the comments said Jay-Z line. They don't want nothing from you. They just want to kill you. It's like that, yo. It's really like that.
And
NY native facts, bro. They just want to kill you, man.
Jody Lowe says in the South we started listening to Dolph in 2013. He did a whole mixtape with Gucci Man. Um,
Mm,
well, let me recollect some of that history as I heard both Dolph and Gucci Man explain. And maybe if you're not too familiar with this, Rosewood, you could
I'm
hear it
not. You about to
first
put
time.
me on.
So, Young Dolph actually went to Atlanta and purchased a feature from Gucci Man. Gucci Man sold him the feature. And then Dolph used that to excel. Dolph used that
Mm,
to blow up. And then Gucci Man went back and worked with Dolph after that, after he saw that he used this feature to his advantage in blowing up.
mm,
Um, Very similar in the way that Moneybag Yo went about grabbing Young Dolph for a feature and then ended up signing with Yo Gotti
mm,
because
mm-hmm.
Yo Gotti was looking at Young Dolph. So that means
Yeah,
he's going to see the people that work with Young Dolph, and he got to see Moneybag Yo.
facts, facts. That definitely was the case with that one. He was definitely looking at Young Dolph, and he might have been looking at Moneybag Yo, maybe because of Young Dolph, like you said, because of that, or maybe it's just the Memphis thing, and he's just tapped in. But it was opportunity. And just like Young Gotti gives the brothers now opportunities, I think the brothers under him could do the same thing, man. And Young Dolph was one of those guys that was going to do the same thing.
Yeah, Yo Gotti, definitely one of my favorite CEOs in the game. I didn't look to Young Dolph so much as a CEO, I'll be honest with you. He was putting on Key Glock, but I
Mm-hmm.
believe that was the first artist he was actually putting on. So we had to really see if he was going to be successful. I was more interested in Young Dolph's solo records. I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of thrown off by the way he used his presence to promote Key Glock. Sometimes people do that and they dilute themselves, Rosewood.
Yeah, but I don't like. See, now the thing was, once the Key Glock dropped, what was it, the yellow tape, and that I can listen all the way through. That's a good project right there. So Key Glock, they seen the potential, and then they seen what he can do. So now it's just a push. So I don't think Dolph was diluting himself, because it's still keeping him relevant. While he pushed Key Glock to the forefront, and then when it's time for him to come to the forefront, Key Glock moved back to this keep. That's the method to their madness, like you said earlier. I think they had a good formula going. They had a real good formula going. And we see it with them interacting with Soldier Boy. Like Soldier Boy said, I think they jumped in his DM. I think they jumped in his DM and coming as and started with Soldier Boy. So that's why I said it was the publicity to get Aaron. Because think of all the people that watch Soldier Boy, that might not be in our age bracket or just are younger than us that are now going to be put on the Key Glock or Young Dolph. And they're like, well, they coming at Soldier Boy. Well, who's this? Start listening to the music. You got a whole new generation that never listened to Key Glock or Young Dolph listening to him now. So they was making an honorable play, man. They was making an honorable play.
Yeah, I'm not saying everybody's thinking about music right now, because obviously at a time like this, you're not just going to be thinking about music in your career. At some points, you do put that to the side for a second. You know what I mean? Even though that's a major point of life. But
Yeah,
I think it would be really honorable for Soldier Boy to actually do some work with Key Glock, maybe even do the follow up to the Dumb and Dumber project or Dumb and Dumber 3, because I'm
yeah,
sure they've already got two lined up.
that would be honorable. That would be honorable. And for Soldier Boy, it's unfortunate that the post mortem stuff people be wanting to hear, but I think if he did something with Key Glock and really produce some good material, people really listen to it, man. Definitely for the men.
Hold on, Rosewood should be back in a second. My bad, guys. Chris, Chris says, I don't know about Dolph's music. There you go, Rosewood.
Yeah,
So I'm
my
glad
bad,
that
Megan. No, that's cool.
Chris, see, even people right here, like Chris says, I don't know most of Dolph's music, but real recognize real. R.I.P. Dolph.
They was trying to
Dolph
push it out there.
Dolph wasn't the artist like how when we grew up, you got to see all their music videos premiere on MTV and BET
Right.
106 and Park. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you really got to see his career play out like that. And
That's
even
true.
even a majority of Dolph's career really was R rated. If you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
put a rating on it, like it wouldn't be shown on BET all the time. Dolph's shit, you know what I mean? You would really have to go find it.
Yeah.
He had a cult following. He didn't sign to a major label who put him all over the radio. It
Facts.
wasn't like you were gonna turn on Young Dolph and he was going to be there on the radio. It was more than likely that one of your friends was going to have Young Dolph on their
Playing.
iTunes and you'd be
Mm-hmm.
playing it like that.
Yeah, he would have been on BT and cut. He would have had him and Cleat Glock on BT and cut just because he's not signed to a major. The majors, like back then, I'm glad you brought that up because back then, you had to be on MTV, you had to be on BET because they came on every day. So that's how you was in tune with the person, and they were just drilling that person in your head. So if you're independent, the label's like, yo, don't put them on there. All right, we got BET Uncut for y'all. That's how Lil Jon and them really blew up was BET Uncut because they were what you would call R rated or X rated. Their type of videos, the crunk videos down south with twerking and all that. You couldn't watch twerking on BET or MTV, so they had to do uncut and brought all the independent artists. Their video was going to be straight on BET uncut, so it would have been like that. They would have had that lane.
So let's see. What do we got here, man? Yeah, Masters like, hey, Underground. Yeah, Underground is really dope. I guess if you have a big name that you've established yourself and then you've moved to the underground, or Rosewood, if you have really dope music that will generate word of mouth.
Yes, yeah, definitely. There you go. Really great music that's going to generate word of mouth that creates your buzz. Now the labels have to come to you like they did with Young Dolph, offering a deal that you can turn down now because you have the leverage. You know.
So yeah, I'm looking at the picture right here and we see Young Dolph's Lamborghini, the camouflage Lamborghini sitting there. Um Young Dolph actually released his album, his debut album, The King of Memphis, in 2016. A lot of people remember Dolph from earlier than that, though. But this is just a pretty sad moment in hip hop, considering this is one of the guys that I interviewed that it did a couple 100,000 views too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Rosewood. This is somebody that people really looked at, but the law enforcement officials have also said that nothing has been made of the shooter,
Mm.
and they reported that Dolph walked into the store to buy cookies. Someone drove up, and then they hit him around 1 p.m. at the bakery in South Memphis.
And
Apparently, Dolph was there. Apparently, Dolph was there just a week ago, spreading some love and shit. You know what I mean? He
I
was.
saw that. I saw that. You know, the lady was telling thank you for coming through buying the cookies and all that. You know, that was like you said, it's almost like the Tony Soprano thing, man. They watch you when your predictable moves, all the stuff that you're doing, and then people say slide, man.
Yeah, this really just doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I'd seen somebody in the comments. I seen somebody in the comments, Rosewood, ridiculously said, if you've been watching Young Dolph's career from the beginning, you would know what this is about, da 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 da. And I don't think that's necessarily true, man. I don't, because I've been watching Young Dolph's career as we just talked about, you know, when Dolph went and spent his own money on Gucci Man's feature and shit like that, when
Mm-hmm.
Dolph denied signing to Yo Gotti. So, what did Yo Gotti do? He went and found the guy that he was working with, the next guy up, who would sign for a little bit less. You know what I'm saying? But for anybody to predict just what happened in this whole Dolph situation, I can't say I could do that right now, man, because you never know what somebody is tied up with, and you never know who's jealous of someone. Hell, I mean, uh, look what happened to my bro Chinks. You know,
Yeah,
he met some dude in jail.
right.
You know what I mean?
He
He
from
met the
jail.
dude in jail. Like, who would have ever known that? You would.
Yeah, boy coming home years later with the same anger from jail and killed him. You know, we thought it was like a hit and all that. No, man, it's some.
But
You
yo,
never know.
not to cut you off, Rosewood.
Oh,
Let us
you
bring
good?
in our co-host, our guy, SV Twizzy, the Hood
My G.
Blogger.
Salute,
Salute, my
salute,
G.
brothers. I apologize for the late appearance. You know, I had to pick my kids up from
Nah,
school and
man,
all of
that's
that.
life,
But
my
you know what I mean?
G. That's life, bro. Don't
Definitely, definitely.
apologize
What's
on that.
going? Yeah, man. Definitely.
J3 on the track says right here in the comments, you can't come home in the whip everyone knows with no security or some protection. It's always someone trying to get clout. Um, Twiz,
It's
we
true.
all did know Young Dolph from riding around in the camouflage Lamborghini.
Facts, facts. The
Yeah.
thing about it, the thing about it is, it's like I feel like no matter how successful you are, when especially when you come in from the trenches, sometimes you just want to do certain things, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he was prepared because if I'm not mistaken, when it happened, they was throwing it back at whoever had killed them. Like, if I'm not mistaken, they was definitely shooting back.
Yeah,
You
I
know what
heard
I
that.
mean? So he felt as though he was secure in things, and you know, a lot of people, unfortunately, they just don't want to change their way of living. Like, bro, I gotta go here. I gotta cut through here, man. It's like, you know, living. They don't want to live like they high in their whole life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard to really pretty much say that he shouldn't have been going certain places.
Well, Twiz, what I was saying to Rosewood a few minutes ago was, you know, during the beef with Black Youngster, if you could really call it that, Black Youngster pulled up to Young Dolph's hood, and Young Dolph made a video where he was actually in LA shopping, you know? So that's why it comes as a shock to me that Dolph was in South Memphis. Okay, they said Dolph was
That's
there
a
at the
fact.
cookie spot last week. He's there last week. Why is he there this week? Like, for real? Like, what up, Rosewood?
Once again, it's like, you know, oh, my fault, Rosewood. Go ahead. I
No,
didn't mean to
no,
cut you
go
off.
ahead, Twiz. I'm saying right. I'm just trying to understand that. You know, you already went, bro, and you put that on social media. Uh, it,
It
it don't really make sense.
I can't name five rappers on one hand that don't go back to the hood, whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's 50 Cent, you know, all of these guys, you know what I mean? It's just that I feel like he had a certain amount of hate, you know what I mean? Like he was like he had enemies. I ain't gonna say hate, but he had enemies, man. So when you got enemies, you do need to move more strategic because the bigger your celebrity is, you can have someone go in these stores for you. It ain't that serious. You know
That's
what I
why I said
mean?
it earlier, bro. You can have somebody. You
Uh-huh.
supposed to look, Twiz. I'm not saying he's not supposed to go back to the hood, right? But when you in the hood and you that certain person, right? Only certain people know you there. And then, like I said to Mikey T, if I want to go down to Kim Seafood, no, the little homies going to do that, bro. Like, you're not moving
Facts.
around just because you got those enemies. And I look at 50 Cent. 50 Cent can go to the South Side, but he not. Just because he got
Facts.
so many enemies.
He's not staying there for a
Facts.
week. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
But
Twiz, this is the presumption I made as well. And New York Native says it. Holiday season coming up though. It's November 17th right
That's what we
now.
were saying. Yeah.
He was
that's a fact.
probably visiting family in the area.
That's a fact.
That's
But
really the only thing I could make of it. Why he was there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was visiting
Yeah.
family for the holidays. I say, why not take your family somewhere else? But you can't make people's calls for them.
yeah, that's true. You know what I mean? That's true. But sometimes a person, you can get set up by somebody that don't even mean to set you up. Like it's like Mikey T and Rosewood, y'all could be coming to my hood and y'all celebrity status, and I'm just like, yeah, Mikey T and Rosewood, they gonna come holler at me Thursday. People like, you lying. Then come to find out, y'all pulled up on me. Now it's going all through the neighborhood. Like Mikey T and Rosewood, they at Twiz crib now, and this one person is like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like they say, the love outweigh the hate. So he probably felt like he had more love, but it take only one person to have enough hate that's willing to, max out on you. And that's pretty much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, now let's stick at Memphis, man. Memphis, that's hearing brothers talk down there. They just say it's almost like Philly, crab in the barrel mentality. But I think that's like any impoverished state, city, hood in America. It's going to be like that in every hood. So I don't care if you got your tool on you. You just can't be moving like that. Or like if you're gonna stay there for the week, I'm moving to different spots. I'm all over. I'm everywhere. So you don't really have my location. You don't have a grasp on what I'm doing or what I'm trying to do.
Wow. So Rob the General says he gave his location basically. Is this similar to the Pop Smoke thing, Twiz?
Well, Pop Smoke location was more so an accident. It ain't like Pop Smoke was like, I'm at this address. His homie, his folks had, obviously, supposedly, allegedly made a mistake and let the addy out and everything.
Yeah.
But Dolph
this is more of a Nipsey Hussle. This is more of a Nipsey Hussle situation where Nipsey was at his own, his own company, his own building. Dolph was just at a known building that he was at.
Facts.
That's true.
It's even hard to compare it with Nipsey because Nipsey was comfortable where he was at. It just was that unfortunate confrontation that he had, which led to his death. But like Dolph and a lot of other rappers, where you feel like you on top of the world, and it's hard. You coming from the trenches, you didn't touch millions. You got security with you. You will feel a little more comfortable than what you was when you was broke. You like, if I made it through this when I was broke, I got 3 armed shooters with me that's allowed to shoot. I'm good. My car bulletproof. So sometimes you kind of feel untouchable, man.
But he ain't taking that precautions, Wes. He had a security order, bulletproof, nothing.
Oh, he had security with him.
He had one person with him, Twiz.
Got one person with him.
One person with him.
How many people are you supposed to bring with you to go get some cookies, Twiz?
It depends where you're going.
Depends on where you're going. It depends. Thank you for saying. It depends on where you're going, bro. Depends on where you're going, man. Come on, man. I didn't see NBA players move like that. NFL players move like that.
He's been going back to his hood all day. He's been going back to his hood all of this time. He probably didn't expect nothing.
No, that's all it be. It's when you least suspect it.
It's most
broad daylight. We least suspect it, bro. It's 2021 now, man. You can't be like that no more. Like I said, I've seen athletes move different when they come to the hood.
Because it's totally random now. Now it's like, okay, he was there last week. He's there this week, and now something happened. Something could have happened last week. So who was it? Like now it's totally random. And now it's like, But guys, let's bring in Twiz. Your phone good? Do you want to shut your phone back off and come back in?
You can't hear me? All right, I'm gonna log off.
No, you good. You good.
No, you were freezing up a little bit here and there. We're about to bring in Bonds though, so if you want to get your shit situated is what I was saying.
All right, I'm gonna just log off and come back on real quick.
All right.
All right.
All right, guys, we're going to bring in Bond Simmons right now. Bond Simmons, that is the
Bonds.
local legend. That is our
Absolutely.
residential rapper of the hip hop panel.
Official. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, man. That's crazy.
Crazy, man. Crazy situation, man. Crazy.
It is crazy.
You
Only thing I could think about is just like the first question I'm asking myself is where? Then I find out it's in Memphis. Why? Why? What are you doing there?
Facts, Bonds. That's what
What
I'm
you doing?
saying.
Yeah,
I'm broke, but you're not gonna catch me in South Jamaica, Queens, floating around, hanging out no more. I'm past that.
talk, Bonds. Talk that shit.
I don't know what he doing in Memphis, man. I don't care I don't care how good the cookies is. I don't care.
Facts,
I don't
bro.
care what's going on. Send somebody over there to get some of those or something, man. You know the animosity. That's one of my principles, man. You can't never underestimate the mind state of somebody that don't got something that you got, man.
True.
You just man, don't underestimate the man that don't got a nickel. He might take your head off for that nickel, man. Don't ever underestimate that.
That is facts, bro. That's facts right there.
I really had love for Young Dolph, man. He really was you know what I mean, a good brother trying to, you know what I mean, making something happen. Businessman doing things for his family. He was active, like he was what we need. You know what I'm saying? It's sad though, like, but dudes don't understand. You got to detach from these principles. You got to live by real principles. You can't. It's the right for you to talk to the streets if you want to play with the streets, but when you want to say you want to adapt street principles into your life, that's when you playing yourself.
Facts, bro.
Playing yourself.
Yeah, Bonds, with the money that Young Dolph was making and what he was worth, I was saying wouldn't it be more lucrative for him to be in Los Angeles? Why is he in Memphis?
And shot your cop 100 times. You already.
That was North Carolina, I believe.
Dolph from Memphis, ain't he? Ain't that where he from?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you're from.
Right. Hometown with the same people that been hating him forever.
True.
Hating him before he got on.
Hating him before he got on.
You got people that hate you before you even got on.
Why are you around there? Why are you around them? Why are you within arm's reach from them type of people?
Yeah, that's true, bro. Why you in arm's reach? You in arm's reach of those type of people.
That's another principle. Art to staying alive, man. You don't just wake up and come outside and live 30, 40 years, man. No. Sorry.
It's definitely an art of surviving out this bitch, man.
That'll get you about 13, 14, just walking around, coming out, walking around. Past that, you're going to have to start strategizing.
Wavy says he was shot in LA and Charlotte. That's accurate. Charlotte was at the NAACP, something along those lines.
CIAA tournament.
Yes.
Down there. And then LA, that was
when they actually hit him. In LA, they actually hit him because the rumor is he came face to face with Yo Gotti at the Lowe's Hotel. And then Yo Gotti's old head was like, oh, hell no, and chased him off into a department store.
Well, allegedly, it was Yo Gotti tour manager that shot him.
The old head.
Yeah, so, it's allegedly, but they definitely locked him up for that. The feds definitely picked that up and locked him up. I do believe he's doing time right now for that shooting down there.
Well, honestly, I think he's about to go on trial or something like that.
I know the feds picked him up. The feds picked him up for that shooting.
Young Dolph was not going to snitch in that case, though.
No. The thing is, though, if you got people that's willing to harm you in LA, in the middle of the mall, then what you think is going to be like in Memphis, bro, where them same people are from?
And they said it's crazy because I was just telling somebody this just yesterday because they were saying he had a hammer on him and he got a couple shots of like dudes don't understand that just running around to him like if you got a situation with somebody, it doesn't matter if you got your gun on you. That doesn't matter. The graveyard full of people that died with a gun on them, man. Yes. Somebody's actively coming, gunning at you, shooting at you. There's no way you're gonna be able to grab a gun, cock it, and shoot it. You ain't walking around with your finger on the trigger like that, like you in a SWAT invading the house, then you know what I mean, your gun is gonna be very bare minimum because you ain't gonna have that 15 seconds you need to react when it's really up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's facts right there, bro. That's facts.
So let's talk about the elephant in the room, though. You know, he said he turned down a $20 million deal last year. You know what I'm saying? Twiz, what did you make of that back when he had said he turned down a $20 million record deal, and now we see what's become of him? Like it doesn't make sense to me that the man was looking at contracts worth $20 million, yet he's still South Memphis going to the cookie store buying a cookie that's worth $1.50. Maybe it's just me.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, but that's just what's going on now because for one, somebody was obviously giving them game on the business side of things as far as music wise, first and foremost. But secondly, it don't matter if you got 100 million nowadays, bro. If you rapping, the first thing that people try to put on you is, oh, this person fake. He can't come
Mm-hmm.
back. So we just got it's just a big situation where rappers are trying to prove their realness to the whole world, where that could be a destruction right there.
Fact.
You trying to prove stuff to the world instead of trying to, provide and create opportunities for family and friends. You know what I mean? Where that's where the mind state is wrong, man. Just like I always say, the first thing a rapper do is they get a chain and a luxury car. They don't even be owning houses, man. It's like the mind state is wrong. It's just going to be a continued cycle. But like, what I
Mm.
feel like, just to talk about that a little bit more, the rap game changed a lot from back in the day. Like back in the day, bro, people would just be happy to run up and rob a rapper. You know what I mean? It wasn't every rapper wasn't getting killed left and right. But nowadays, it's like, bro, people is just stretching them out. It's no robbery or nothing involved. Like they just catching them, airing on them, and that's that. So it's unfortunate. But he probably felt as though his network was more than that. But even if he took that 20 million, if you're not moving right, this still would have happened. He could have took the deal, and then this happened, and then his
True.
family can't even get their hands on the money because it was an issue with him completing the contract.
True. Damn. Good point on that, Twist. Good point on that one, bro.
Rosewood,
Appreciate
you
it.
want to take it from there?
Yeah, because the thing is, with him being independent and him controlling a lot of his stuff, his family, still unfortunate event, but his family will be able to recoup a lot more money, from the sales that he's going to bring in from his music,
Right.
you know?
Right. We saw how hard Tupac's mom had to fight for that. And, I was looking at the album history bonds. It took him a while to get the Amaru attached to all the Interscope projects. And then Suge Knight kept
Yeah,
Death Row on there for a number of years, before eventually they got it completely taken off. Then they did their own albums. Then they did the deal with Eminem. And, they kept the relationship with Interscope.
Right.
But yeah, man. So Young Dolph being independent like that, I've been schooled by several artists that were independent. My old homie AG Cubano from the Bay always told me about the dude Filthy Rich. You guys know about Filthy Rich from the Bay. He would
yeah,
always tell me he always
Definitely.
had a number of mixtapes. He always had a number of mixtapes for sale, and he was always charting somewhere on iTunes and making sales off of it and shit.
Right.
It's about keeping some product out there.
yes, yeah.
And Dolph has a bunch of albums, man. In the chat, how many albums does Young Dolph have? I know it's over 10.
Yeah, he got a few artists too. He even he tapped in.
Yeah, that's what I say. He got a couple artists, not only Key Glock, I know he has one
Yeah,
other
that's
artist from Memphis.
Cap,
Paper Route, Jay Fizzle.
Yeah, yeah.
got Cash Money or something. He had some. He got
Because he just signed him, and he basically, I seen when he went to his hood and signed him, so I'm looking at his hood looking like, dang, my man on, he on the Dolph now, we about to make moves.
right.
It remind me of Paid in the Full or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, yo, get your man the job. Now I got the opportunity. Now that's all fucked up. That's all messed up, bro.
Yeah, Memphis did they sell dirt, but it's like it's always gonna be divided because some people was on the outside. Some people wasn't eating and they didn't have the opportunity to eat with him. So
I said that earlier. Facts.
I mean,
Facts.
those was the people
Mhm.
that hated him. They wanted him out of there because he was
Yeah.
powering their enemies, if anything. You know.
Yeah.
So it's
Exactly.
a
That's
lot of ways to look at it. Like, so he should know that, being in the position that he's in. You know what I'm saying? He knows that. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know that. You gotta know that, Bonds, because it's like it's going to be people that get left out of your path. It's just like that. It's like that in the hood, and you gonna have they still gonna be there. And when they gonna say, "Oh man, that nigga, I don't bang it. We was down, but he bounced on me, or we didn't see how I eat nut." That animosity is still there, and you don't know who else gonna feel that way. And if there's more than one person, they gonna team up. They got a whole team of haters just off that one incident. So it's just, man, that's the hood, man. That's all it be in the hood, yo.
Them bricks is
Unfortunate.
way too
Some
high.
dudes
You
don't
need
really
to
want to
cut it.
not particularly Young Dolph with this statement, but some dudes don't want to elevate. Some dudes just want to get money. Yeah.
No facts, yo, because that's like a mind elevation, man. Really, you're above that, and real recognize real, right? If you from the hood, I understand why you're not in your hood all the time. For one, you was already there. Like all them days, I'm sitting on the crate on the block, ducking the law and whatever I'm doing.
facts.
No, I didn't spend so many man hours there on that pavement.
Wasted so much of my life.
Wasted, yeah, facts. Wasted doing
But
that.
you guys, it's not like Young Dolph was getting dirty money. He was getting legit money off of record sales.
That's
Off
why
of
he can
single sales.
skate. That's why he can
He had no,
skate.
he ain't had to be
That's
there.
why.
Some people,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean, gotta live around there. Like, you got so much money where you don't have to be around there for nothing.
And you still can change
exactly.
people's lives.
Anything you want from over there, you could bring it to you. You could send a truck literally and bring whoever or whatever you want somewhere else.
Facts.
No, I
Facts.
could see Twiz. I could see why Young Dolph wouldn't want to sign a $20 million deal when he could make 20 songs that each sell 1 million copies,
Yep.
or a half a million
Facts.
copies,
Mhm.
or a 250,000 copies, because then you can
Facts.
release another 20 songs, and you still just got it all for yourself, man.
Facts. Facts.
Facts.
Facts. And he did promotion good. My bad, Twist.
No, you good, Rosewood. I was just saying everybody don't have.
Pulling this on me, hitting.
I was just saying everybody don't have the ability to make their own money. So when you feel like you're in a position to create your own income and you feel like you understand the science and it's working for you, these people are turning down deals. You know what I mean? It's just certain artists that stay away from stuff and remain independent and create their own income. So, it's understandable why someone like him didn't want that 20 million, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they're gonna tell you it's 20. They're gonna tell you, look, I'll give you 20 million, but you're gonna sign your life away. If you make it 500,000 a month, you know what I'm saying?
Off a single.
Off of a single, then you know that, you know what I'm saying? It's only you can make that 20 million. So they're gonna pay, you know what I mean? When you have this forever,
so they own you.
Kids.
They own you for 20 million.
Yeah,
you could have just did that 40 times. You could
Hell
have
yeah.
40 times.
Hell yeah.
But
They give them that 20 million. They owe paper route. They own paper route. If they give them whoever, I don't care whoever it is. If it's 20 million, they want paper route. They want that.
Yeah.
You can scream it all day, but it's never going to be yours intellectually no more.
Anything he put his name on, they're gonna get paid off.
And that's what they want. That's what they want.
They're gonna put his name on everything they can put it on to get that money back.
Facts.
They're gonna
my whole thing.
You know what I mean? Your notoriety gonna boost up because they're gonna put thing in order to bleed all that money. Of course, like it's a your product. So you know what I'm saying? They're gonna invest in. That's why you got to understand, if they sign you and put that money into you, it would be in their best interest to. That's what they doing it for, to own it for the long run. That's their whole point. So if they sign, why would they not rape you?
My whole thing is this. Being someone like Young Dolph or another artist, and you feel like your network is up here, you should be able to move differently. Like, for instance, let's just say you in his shoes. You got an auntie out there. You might have a couple homies, bro. You better fly them out, bro. It ain't no pulling up and hopping out on regular blocks and pulling up in the neighborhood. Bring them to you. The ones that you trust, you can afford to get them transportation to where you are and show them the love that you need. I don't care if it's a artist from your hood that you trying to sign, bro. Like one thing I gotta say, man, one of the smartest artists that come from the trenches that was known, that was really involved in the streets, that got busy was Chief Keef, and people not come for how he moved. But then you see why.
You see why. You see why. That's facts. You definitely see why you gotta move that way. It's not like we didn't have examples of hip hop on why you have to get away. It's like Twiz. It's like if you're Young Dolph, you're not going up Broadnani for anything. I don't care if it's a salt pretzel, a donut, a Wilson's hoagie. You're not going up there.
Facts.
Hold on 1 second.
Facts.
Is that accurate, Twiz? If you were in fact Young Dolph, you are not going to Ishkabibbles.
Yeah, that's a fact. I would have somebody. I would have somebody go for me
there
because it's like
you really boxed in. You really boxed in on South Street.
I'm not even no millionaire, nowhere near Dolph level. But with me being a family man, I move much different than I was when I wasn't a family man. You just gotta think like, you know, say for instance that one little stop, put yourself in a situation whether you're getting booked or somebody end up throwing it at you, and then it's like you got family relying on you. You know, whatever your situation is, you might have a bunch of people relying on you. So you just got to think strategic and realize you're aging, and that the streets don't love nobody, man. You can have 100 people that love you, and 5 people that dislike you, that hate you. Them 5 people will, you know, end you in a heartbeat.
But I just wanted to say in relation to the music bonds, I don't think the label or the label that bought Paper Route, I don't even think they would release it the same way that Young Dolph would. Like if Dolph doesn't sign the deal, he can release a single whenever he wants. That means he could release 20 singles in a year. And I don't think the label would do that at all, even to recoup their money. They'd have no room for it.
Bond said it. They're going to bleed them out.
They're going to let you release 1 album a year, maybe a mixtape to go along with that. So that means you get 2.
If that.
Yeah. They're going to let the anticipation build.
If they got other, and best believe they're going to have other artists. So they basically make shelf your project. They had that total control, man. And like Bond said, they're going to bleed you out for the long run. And then the labels love situations like this when the artists die. Because when the artists die, they know the post-mortem money is it sees whatever they gave you. They gave you 20 million and making 100 million plus off your post-mortem stuff. And your artists, you know, now your artist is stuck and they can't even go nowhere.
Well, Bonds, how much do you think this is going to affect Key Glock?
Right. Well, I think if anything, you know, it's really speaking early, but you know, him being the, you know, identified as, you know, with Dolph so closely and Dolph not being here, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna keep attention on him because people gonna be looking for him to keep Dolph's name alive. I don't know if he make those type of records though. So, you know, over time, if he don't deliver musically, you know what I'm saying? People gonna always, I guess, you know, respect him as long as he keep the, you know, the Paper Route thing going or whatever. And plus it was family too. That's his cousin or whatever. So
I imagine they have Dumb and Dumber 2 ready to go. But something I had suggested, Twiz, was that Soulja Boy, who had been recently beefing and well, you can call it beefing, but Soulja Boy was really just discrediting them, saying that they
his face. Soulja Boy just came out his mouth. Yeah, just
well, what do you think of the idea of Soulja Boy actually working with Key Glock potentially, Twiz?
Dope if they could put, you know.
I feel like Soulja Boy is a genius, so I feel like it's possible, man. Soulja Boy is one of the best people that did it on the entrepreneurial status as far as putting his music out, the timing. He tried to stay ahead of the game. So I feel like anything possible with Soldier Boy. You know what I mean? Long as he feel like it makes sense.
Would it make sense, Bonds, though, with everything that was happening? Can
If
Soldier Boy possibly give Key Glock the alley oop? I think it would be honorable,
he put some
Bonds.
respect on his name, yeah, he died. The one from the army? Yeah, that's what we're talking about right now. Oh my god! She just heard that he died, so she can't tell me. But I'm about to tell you, yeah. I love that song. Oh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's crazy because she like the R&B joint. Him with Megan Thee Stallion's crazy because I just put her on the Young Dolph. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just put her on. It's my wife. I just put her on the Young Dolph.
Man, that's crazy, man.
Yeah,
bumping it.
I was just saying earlier, Bonds, that Young Dolph really hit the female fan bases too. Rosewood and I were talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
but tell me, man, Soldier Boy just beefing with them,
Yeah.
put it all behind him.
Yeah.
I think it would be honorable if he potentially maybe finished up the Dumb and Dumber mixtape with Key Glock, either part 2 or part 3. I think that'd be honorable.
It'd be dope. Soldier Boy definitely had to put some respect on dude's name because he definitely was talking slanderous about Dolph talking crazy.
But the thing is, Bonds, Soldier Boy is saying they jumped in his DM and came aggressive to him, and that's how it started. So I think it was more for publicity. I don't think it was no real beef.
Yeah, they said they wanted to smack Soldier Boy or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So he just responded.
When you're successful like that and you got other artists that's alive, and it's much different than when they gone. You know what I mean?
Right.
You gotta really have had a real issue with that person to still be better after a person is not here no longer. And with Soldier Boy stuff, it wasn't serious. Soldier Boy the type of guy where you ain't coming and doing no physical harm to him. That's that.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah.
So I really want to key in on this. I think Soldier Boy could do a solid to PRE and do some work with Key Glock, get to finish some of the work that Key Glock was doing with Young Dolph, man, as far as representing the label and shit. Bonds, is that a possibility, or am I thinking a little too much into it?
It's a possibility. I don't necessarily think that's the best idea, though.
Why not?
Because Soldier Boy, to me, doesn't represent what Young Dolph represents.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he can't fill in for Dumb and Dumber 2 with Key Glock. That'd be probably stupid and more stupid or something. Not Dumb and Dumber. They had to name that Stupid and Stupider.
Stupid and Stupider. That's genius.
That can't be Dumb and Dumber though.
I mean, listen, if you could give them a push, like Bonds said, you right, Bonds. It might not be the greatest look it could happen. We might not know, but the thing is, how can Paper Route really proceed from here, as a whole label? Now does Key Glock the head of Paper Route now? What's going to go on with that?
Yeah.
What do you think, Twiz?
I think all they would have to do was a track together. And on the track, like, you got to talk to people in this track. They got to talk about the nonsense on them going back and forth and how serious it wasn't, and have a message on how valuable life is, or something like where they going like back to back. You know what I mean? Something like that. It could be major. You know what I mean? Because like we in a day and time where everybody got a lot of the fans. They had a microwave attention span. And if you got an opportunity to put a heavy message out in your music and make history, I feel like it's very important, man, because the streets and rap is all tied in together, bro. Like, you know what I mean? You really see the streets emulating what's going on in rap, even whether it's somebody talking about, oh, we smoking this, we smoking that. Like,
it's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Joe, now that I think about it a little more, like without all the politics, just musically, I think it would be a dope project, Soldier Boy and Key Glock, just musically, without even thinking of the nonsense, like just together musically. Know what I mean? Two young stunners, man. Like, yeah, that could be dope. They might get the A&R the project though, because if they get in there and start playing them, right? I mean, But
No,
Hold
they
on. What
definitely
did you
have
say?
they styles would be dope. If
Who
they,
you
needs
gotta
the
have
A
a
and
good
R the
A&R.
project?
huh?
Who needs the A&R the project?
Me.
What Bonds? I'm the one who thought of it.
You know what I'm saying?
I need the A&R the project.
Thoughts,
I'm bringing the beats, man.
we record
Listen,
that Bill E.
I'm selecting the track list.
We have twins do the press, you know what I'm saying, the press releases. I mean,
Facts,
they going, man.
Yeah.
facts,
He can
facts.
let them know in the
Mikey,
press release that I'm the one who thought of the damn project.
no, no,
Mikey T.
Mikey T.
I
You a Jordan Tower. You would give it the Jordan Tower hit. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. But
He said he want executive producer credit. I need executive producer credit.
he want Mikey
watch.
T.
Watch when that shit happens. It's gonna be Key Glock and Soldier Boy Dumb and Dumber 3. Or they could do what Bond said and rename it Stupider. Just call it Stupider.
Dumb
You
and
know,
stupid.
Stupider. Like Jupiter, but stupider.
Yeah.
It's a lot of ways you can market it. They like Bond said, two flashy youngins up and coming. You know,
Or name it stupid, like the number 2.
that's dope. It's a lot of ways you can market that project right there.
Nah,
It would
stupid
be
is
a good
done.
look. It would be a
Stupid
good
is
look
done,
right there,
man.
man. I hope something like that can happen, man.
Yeah.
I swear, I hope something like because it's so unfortunate with this that I hope because like I told Bonds, I was telling Mikey earlier, you know, when you're at that level with so many people that you're feeding for real, for real.
For real, that's the thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's immediately one of the first things I was thinking about was like Dolph family and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of effect gonna be
The family, all that, man. Key Glock family now. Cause you know he's getting the check off that he's working, and now look his potential, his folks in the hood, you know his friends, family, they're looking like oh he's next up, all pushing him to the done, and you know everybody like even the guy you said he signed earlier, Mikey T. Like I said, I seen the people in his hood, they was happy.
Out Jay Fizzle.
Yeah, they was happy. They like oh yeah, Dolph in there, we up next. So imagine how many young boys Jay Fizzle was going to put on or bring in. Imagine how many people Key Glock was going to put on and bring in. Yeah. Now all that's a question mark. That's why I said that's what makes it so messed up.
I think that would be the best thing for them to do is to all come together and you know what I'm saying and lean on each other and just uplift it. That'd be the best thing for the PR region.
Hey, bro, you know, there's a chance that Key Glock and Paper Route Jay Fizzle go out like Black Child and Cadillac Ty, though. You know, like sort of like the major people in the industry are like, you didn't come along as far enough, so now you can't stand beside us. You know what I'm saying?
That's the man. That comes on to the man because that's like a lot of artists. It's dudes that put them in position. I ain't even gonna name no names, but they could be attached to a big artist at the height of his prime, and then that artist could give them situations where they can get their own albums, deals, endorsements. But then you see these dudes wind up broke because they don't. So it all comes on the man. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Dolph can put you on, but can you be a young Dolph? Can you be a boss? Can you control your career? Can you make the right business decisions to get things to the next level and make the brand expand? Like, if you can't do that and you just a rapper, then it's over.
Yeah, man.
It's over.
Shit is just sad, as you heard. You know, Bonds, that was your girl, Bonds?
Yeah, my wife.
Bonds' wife just came in and heard the news about Young Dolph, and that's how millions of people are reacting today to what happened to Young Dolph, because with music, it's different, man. Sometimes people just listen to music and they don't ever think something can happen to one of their favorite entertainers. You know, they're like, oh, this is somebody that maybe I'll get to go see one day. Maybe they'll come to my area of town. You know what I'm saying? Ja Rule one time said, he's like, somebody like Justin Timberlake doesn't need to carry a knife with him or a gun with him, you know, but a rapper like myself, I need to carry a weapon like that. But, you know, there's a lot of music fans out there, I'm just saying, Twiz, that, you know, they wouldn't expect their favorite or somebody that they just became interested in to just die like this, like how Bonds' wife was reacting.
Right. That's why I would tell him put out the same energy that Justin Timberlake puts out and stop putting out Now,
Salute the homie
Facts.
M Rec. M
Rec
Rec
I'm
TV
Rec.
in the building.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm Rec. What's up, good bro?
Oh, MREC, what's poppin'? MREC TV.
Rec TV, shout out, salute.
I watch MREC.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
You
The
know,
panel showing
What I
M
had
Rec some love right there. Love.
definitely always much love and respect. But what I had wanted to say was it depends on what kind of artist you are. We got street rappers that can move around in hoods and they get love. Look at the Locks. The Locks can be out Yonkers. They could, you know what I'm saying? You
right?
already.
Because see,
But they not move it. They move a different way though. Twiz, they come from a different era. They came from the era where you
That's
had
true.
to be outside. You had to go to every hood.
and
If
back,
you're trying to sell, promote, or rap, you had to do that.
and
So
back
their connections is that's
Facts.
too strong.
backs. It wasn't love. It wasn't all
Facts.
love when back then. It was getting into stuff like that's one thing. That's when I realized. I'm telling you, like doing the DVDs with Smack, like and all that, and moving around. You know what I'm saying? Coming pulling. You know what I mean? Being dumb on these, putting guns on the cameras, and then everywhere we going. You know what I mean? Different neighborhoods, different every hood, everybody. That environment came right to us. All you seen is guns, goons,
Facts.
dirt, in
Mm-hmm.
environments, and it's really that's why I say it's really dangerous being an artist because you traveling around to various, especially if you're an artist like a Pooh Shiesty or something. You know where you at. You in every
True.
hood, the dirtiest, the backdoor one way in clubs.
All that facts.
I
Facts.
mean, in Arkansas and some. I mean, with Goonies is there. You in them spots every day, so that's why you got to be careful. That it's really dangerous being a rapper, bro.
That's facts. Facts.
You know what Young Dolph was doing was, it was seemingly pretty simple, Bonds. He was going to the little spot, maybe grabbing I don't know how many cookies people grab. Twiz could probably tell me more about that, being a family man. But grabbing an apple juice or some OJ to go along with his gelato, and then he was grabbing a 36 pack of cookies or something, Twiz, to bring home
Okay.
for the holidays, you know?
Yeah. That's true. That's like if my kids or something say they want something, but it's different with me because I'm not no millionaire guy. You know what I mean? If I was a millionaire guy, I would get, what's needed brought to me. But being regular, man, it's like being regular. You don't got to be a millionaire. If you cutting through, even if you a tourist, you got tourists that come like out our city, Rosewood. They come out
Mm-hmm.
Philly, and they got cold killers walking past them. They might not even know it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Once you like downtown, that's like right next door to North. You right next door to the
South
South
Philly.
Philly. You right
Mm-hmm.
next door to Southwest. Everything. You might get ran down on out there. So, like I said, some artists is hard to explain, or some people that has wealth. They be like, you know what, man, I'm all right. I'm gonna just go down there. Like, it's hard. Like, can anybody pinpoint their day of death? You know what I mean? You might be in the house all the time, and you be like, man, damn, I'm having a heart attack, and I'm gone. So a lot of times we
Exactly.
can't visualize nothing happening to us, especially when you in like a groove. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you be like, man,
Bro.
I'll be good. They love me.
Nobody
I was just out there last Tuesday.
Yeah. Nobody know what.
Exactly.
Facts.
Nobody know you called. Oh, word, Dolph said he coming to get cooked. Oh, word. And then in the environment, like, come on, man, it's too much problems already. Like, other dudes camps out there. I mean, you don't get along with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Now,
you
Bonds,
stand out. You really
let me
stand
bring
out.
this let me bring this question to the panel. Bonds, you're a rapper, you rap, my G, but I know you've had a couple other professions as well. New York Native says, so do you agree with Jim Jones about saying that being a rapper is the most dangerous profession to have?
Nah, no, it's dangerous, but no, you got to think about it like this. An artist like Jim Jones ain't going through the same thing. The artist like
J. Cole?
or like a Common or somebody. My point is like somebody that it's the energy that you put out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would say being a self-proclaimed gangster and killer rapper is probably one of the most dangerous jobs.
Mm-hmm.
The gangster, and doing the goblin, and then you're going outside in the streets. That energy is going to come back on you. So I would say being that type of person is dangerous. In general, whether you that type of rapper, if you that type of person with your chest poked out, you feel like you're a gangster, then life is going to be more dangerous.
Yes, definitely. If you're a gangster
That's a
rapper,
fact.
I think we learned from that from this Pac and Biggie, man. You know, or even listen, look at Big L. Look at his
Facts.
situation. Big L's situation was
Facts.
all hood related. All hood related. And he died in the hood.
All of the rappers, and I wish it
King,
happens.
King Von.
They all
Yeah.
the same way of
I said Big L because it was all hood related and it happened in the hood.
I know what you
Everything
mean.
is everything is public record now with his case.
yeah.
But it's so crazy
Facts.
that it's still from the hood and he died right there in the hood brutally.
Well, we're gonna have to take a look at that public record, man. That's something that
Yeah,
I would
they
definitely
locked the boy, they locked the guy up to kill Big L. They got
I'd
his
like to I'd like to examine that, but I'm glad everybody joined us today on this reunion for the live broadcast of the hip hop panel. I'm glad my
Facts.
co-host joined me today. I want everybody on here right now.
yeah.
If you're not following me on Instagram, I want everybody to follow me right now. Everybody that follows me based on this video, I'm gonna follow y'all back. So I'm putting it up right here. Everybody follow me right now. I'm gonna go on my Instagram afterwards. I'm gonna smoke some cookies too, but I'm gonna go on my gram afterwards and I'm gonna follow every single person on here that follows me back. I show love to the people, but also I'm gonna bring it to my co-hosts for the panel and I'm gonna put their Instagrams up as well. So I want to make sure all 70 y'all in here just get in tune with us. So you know what I'm saying? We like to stay in tune with all the people out there. So
Always.
y'all can send us topics. Y'all can basically, y'all can really comment this video and possibly get your topic heard in the next hip hop panel video, is what I'm saying. But I'm going to send it over to Rosewood now, and I'm going to post his Instagram up as well. So hit him with your plugs, Rosewood.
Listen, man, you know it's your boy Rosewood, Spill ENT in the building. Check me out on the gram, spill_ENT, man. Check me out on spillentertainment.com. My brother Razor will be home soon and shit. He'll definitely be on soon. Shout out to the panel, the hip hop panel. My guy SB Twist holding it down here in Philly with me. My man Bond Simmons, local legend. My guy Mikey T and Report Card Radio, man. Y'all already know what it is, man. Tap in, man. Tap in.
All right, I'm going to bring it over to Bonds Simmons. Bonds is the local legend, but y'all make sure to follow Rosewood. I got his IG pinned right there. Follow Bonds Simmons as well. Y'all need to follow the hip hop panel because it's the hottest new podcast. Bonds,
Facts.
let them know what's up, bro.
That's a Fendi. Follow the podcast. Follow us, man. Rest in peace, man, to Young Dolph, though.
Rest in peace to dog.
On Simmons is my name for everything. I mean, I'm active on my
Bonds, you
topic.
just need to get your phone a little bit more active for the next episode. It's going in and out.
Okay.
And let me bring it over to SV Twiz. But like Bond says, rest in peace, Young Dolph. Honestly, I wish this wasn't happening right now. You know what I mean?
True.
Facts.
But there's a lot of people that are sad right now. It's not about me, it's about them, to be honest with you guys. But I'm gonna send it over to SV Twiz.
You already know, man. It's your boy SB Twizzy, man. The hood blogger. Man, one thing I gotta say first and foremost is we got the bros on here, man. Mikey T, the movie star, man. Salute to you, Mikey T. For having the platform open to us and open to the people. Salute to my guy, the Honorable Earth, man.
You know what
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is.
You already know how we carry it. One of Logan's finest, man.
You
We
know what
got
it
Von
is.
Simmons in the building. You know what I'm saying? True Religion Network. Y'all know how we carry it. But before I
Mm-hmm.
carry on, I must say, man, what separate this panel from all the other panels is you got 4 heavy players, man, that's connected in a bunch of different fields. You got Mikey T, the movie star, where he got exclusive interviews. He's been doing this. He's well connected. Interviews with Lil Wayne, Chinks, a lot of Montana, a lot of great people. You got Bon Simmons. He's an active artist right now. Make sure y'all hit him up for features. He's well connected. You know what I'm saying? Big, much love and respect to NY. You got the Honorable man, Rosewood. Anybody in the tri-state area, he got the studio jumping. He be having studio lit. Like, you know what I mean?
Man.
Don't
Shows
jump on the wave
everything,
before it's too late, man.
Facts.
You already.
Thank you, bro.
You already, man. Then you got, your boy SB Twiz, man, the hood blogger. I blog the city. I got some good interviews, man. Bunch of content on my channel. Follow me on YouTube, Life with the Philly Fan. And if y'all, looking into getting into movies or anything, man, DM me. But one thing about this panel, none of us is Hollywood, man. So make sure y'all DM us. Make sure y'all drop comments. Let us know, like Mikey said, man, anything y'all want us to touch up on, we're going to touch up on it. We're going to keep it a stack. But it's only one way from here, and that's up. Y'all now tuned in, you know what I'm saying, to Report Card Radio, La Familia.
Facts.
That's right, man. I want everybody to stay tuned for the next hip-hop panel. We got a dope hip-hop panel coming up for y'all where we go into Arab first getting out of jail when he beat the murder charges and how French Montana pretty much gave him an alley-oop on the Cocaine City project. Bonds, it's a pretty exciting episode, would you say, that we just did?
Nah, facts, man. Very informative. You know what I'm saying? We giving the whole game, the culture. They jump on trending topics and keep it moving, and sometimes people, should be connecting some dots, man. It's dope, informative.
Facts. 3 letters.
Bro.
Three letters, 1 word. Lit. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
All right, guys. But in honor of Young Dolph, we're just going to close out the show here. We're going to close out the show with silence, you guys. So let's everybody just mute your cameras, mute your audio, and we're going to go out with some silence for Dolph.